Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Wednesday, March 17th. You see me decked out in green. It is St. Patrick's Day, and we are celebrating today. We're going to get into these player props and spreads in a second. Recap from yesterday. I went 4-1-1, so insanely good, backing up our 7-0 from Monday. But I know there were two lines, the Thunder versus Bulls over. Barely hit for me. I had 223.5. I know the live bet or the bet at the beginning of the game was like 227, so if that was a loser, I'm sorry for that one. And then the Blazers, I had Blazers -1, so it pushed. But I do know that the line increased to Blazers 1.5 and -2. They came back in a flurry, and they were able to cover or push for me. Hopefully you took Blazers money line. Let's get into these picks today. Two quick notes. Thank you guys so much for the support. We had over 100. I think we gained almost 140 subscribers yesterday. 237 likes, the most we have ever had. Smash that like button. Let's get to 250 likes on this video, which would be insane. We've never hit even close to 200. Never had hit 100 before yesterday. So insanely great growth. 70% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So click that subscribe button. Click that like button. We're going to get into these player props and spreads. Two quick notes before we jump into them. One, join our Discord community. If you don't know what Discord is, it's just a group chat where there's a lot of different betting channels, whether it's NBA, NCAA, basketball, NFL, MLB, hockey, soccer, even MMA. There's a ton of things. If you ever want me to add a text channel, let me know, and I'm happy to do so. We're building the biggest betting community and the most interactive on the YouTube platform and in Discord, so click that first link in the description. Number two, we're normally back for a live stream every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to everyone that came yesterday. We had over 35, 37 people at one point. Insane. Thanks again for all the support. Let's get into these picks. I will not be live today. Unfortunately, something going on. But I will go into each game at the end of this video if you want to hear my general thoughts, because I know a lot of people ask me questions. So we're going to get into these player props first. Russell Westbrook over 19.5 rebounds and assists. The line is -125, so I could see this easily going up, but Westbrook's playing big minutes, 38.5 minutes per game in the last two games, 38 and 39. He's playing big minutes, and Vegas is expecting a shootout. This over-under line is 245. That is insane, and you'll maybe see we might be on the over tonight, but I do think Westbrook will cash this easily. Last game he had 17 assists alone, and we know he's a rebounding, stat-padding fiend. Against the Kings, he should be able to do exactly the same thing. He's hit this in 2 straight, 4 of his last 6. And, you know, the Wizards are in win now mode, and this game is an absolute must-win. It's the Kings. It's at home for the Wizards. They need to get this done, and I think Westbrook will be pushing the pace, get this done, and cash his over in rebounds and assists. If you wait and we do our parlay of the day, I'll give you a hint. Russell Westbrook will be in our long shot parlay of the day in some capacity. Moving on to our second player prop of the day, Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Over 46.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It went up. I won't lie. It was 45.5 last night. It went up. Not a surprise. Jokic, and I do like Jokic's all of his props, also his point prop, which is 26.5. Jokic is averaging over 30 points per game in March. And, you know, you thought he was playing better. He was playing great in December, January, February. He's kicked it into gear, and he's averaging over 30 points per game. He's hit this line, and I believe 2 of 3. The one game he didn't, he combined for 45. He's hit 4 of his past 6. And you look at the Hornets. They got Cody Zeller. That if they put Cody Zeller on Jokic, that's just going to be a mismatch from hell. And then you got Bismack Biyombo, who I have never seen Bismack play defense without fouling. So we're taking Jokic to absolutely use and abuse the Charlotte Hornets tonight. You will see we might be on the over in this game, which is why I'm all in. Jokic will also make it into the long shot parlay of the day coming up in a second. And then my last player prop of the day, and then we're getting into some spreads, is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo over 18.5 rebounds and assists, -128. If it goes up to 19.5, I'd still take it. Last year, when he played against Philadelphia, who they play tonight, he had, these were his 3 numbers, points, rebounds, and assists. Or not points, we're just going to do rebounds and assists. He had 21, 26, and 25. Easily hit this over. Giannis was going wild on the boards last year, and while he's not, you know, necessarily going crazy on rebounds this year, he was average 17 rebounds per game against the Philadelphia 76ers last year. While I don't expect him to drop 17 tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. They normally put him on Ben Simmons, and like we all know, no disrespect, Simmons does not shoot a lot of jump shots. Giannis can just camp out in the paint, pile up the boards, and that's why we're riding with it. Giannis has 3 straight triple-doubles, including a game in which he just played 29 minutes. And yeah, he's been hit, obviously, with 3 straight triple-doubles. He's hit this easily, 20-plus in 3 straight games. And like I spoke about, his rebounding numbers are insane against Philly. That is why we're riding with Giannis again tonight. Then our next we're getting into some spreads. I got 3 over-unders tonight. We got Kings-Wizards over 245.5. Every time, you know, this is a high number. You're asking for over 60 points per quarter. And every time that Vegas puts an over-under in the 240s, it always seems to cash. It's like 12-3 on the year. And, you know, I think Vegas just doesn't want to put a line in the 250s. I don't think they want to do that. But I think this game gets easily into the 250 points. You look at both of these two teams, they don't play an ounce of defense. They run the ball, push it really, really fast. You got Westbrook, you got De'Aaron Fox, 2 of the fastest players in the league. The last time these two teams played, which was about a year ago, I believe on March 3rd, 2020, they combined for 259 points then. And then the Wizards added Russell Westbrook, who plays even faster. He's an over-better's friend. And we're going to lock in the over 245.5 in the Wizards versus Kings game. Moving on, we're taking the over in the Hornets Nuggets over 230.5. It could go up, could go down a point. I do like it. Again, I don't think we will be that close to this over-under. I think we hit 240 tonight, and here's why. The Charlotte Hornets, you saw we picked an under a couple nights ago with the Kings, and that really didn't make a lot of sense, but here's why. The Hornets were not great. They don't hit overs great at home, which is what they were. Tonight, they're on the road, where Hornets overs are 14-4 on the year. They don't play a lot of defense. They run fast, try to get buckets in transition. They are playing a little slower with Devontae Graham, but I'm not scared about that. I do think this matchup against the Nuggets, believe this matchup will lead to a lot of points. Jokic, Murray, and MPJ, Will Barton, all of them are playing super, super well, minus maybe Murray. But I think he can kick it into gear against this Hornets backcourt. I'm locking in the over. We're playing the numbers, 14-4 overs for Charlotte road games, and they are on the road. I think the Nuggets get out early, and when the Nuggets get out early, the Charlotte Hornets will be playing from behind and playing a lot faster than they normally do play. Last one, Heat Grizzlies under 221. It's rare to see a Heat line this high, and while I do lean Heat -2, and I will break down each game with my thoughts and reactions maybe for like a couple minutes at the end of the video, just because I won't be live. But I do like the Heat -2, but I'm going to do the under. And, you know, this is why. Both of these teams play gritty defense. Bam Adebayo's back. Should make it tough for anyone driving to the paint, which is normally John Morant. And plus, when you look at these two numbers, you got the total has gone under in 4 of Memphis' last 5 home games. The total has gone under in all 5 of the Miami's last 5 road games. So they're already hitting unders on the road. Memphis at home, which is where it is in Memphis tonight. Both teams struggle to make three-pointers, which is normally what you need to hit overs. The Heat shoot 20. They have the 25th best three-point shooting percentage, basically being carried by Duncan Robinson. Without him, I'm sure they would be even lower. 21st three-point shooting percentage for the Grizzlies. They will take great shooting efforts out of these two teams to hit 221. I'm leaning on the under tonight. My parlay of the day, which you've all been waiting for. This is what we got. I got the over in the Wizards Kings game, 245.5. Bucks, Celtics, Nuggets, money line. Think all 3 of those teams win. And I don't remember exactly what the odds are, but we should be about plus 320, something like that. Trying to get a parlay of the day around plus 300. I'll probably put a unit, or not a unit, probably like half a unit, whatever makes me 2 units on that parlay, and we'll ride with it. It's been doing pretty well. Like I said last night, parlay of the day technically could have hit if you had the over right on the Bulls and Thunder game, and you had Blazers money line. I said Blazers spreads, which would have technically pushed. Long shot parlay of the day. Harden, Westbrook, and Jokic, all triple-doubles. We've been seeing a lot of triple-doubles recently, and I think that is an easy bet. I believe that was around plus 2,000. I could see it go down a little bit during the day. But thank you guys again. If you're this far, click that like button. We're still grinding. Here are my original thoughts on each game. We're going to just start while I look at them. Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, Karis LeVert revenge game. His over-under was 17.5. That was a little too high, but he dropped 17 last game. He's got a little bit. I think he gets a little bit of revenge. And I do think, just wildly, I think the Pacers actually win this game. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Normally, Brooklyn is better as a road favorite, which is what they fall as tonight. So I would do your research, as always. Do your research and see what picks you like. Obviously, you can use my picks and think about them, do your own research, and then block in that bet. But Brooklyn Nets, Pacers, I do like the under. Oh, no, and I don't know if I like the under or over, but I do like the Pacers plus 3.5. I think that I might win outright, and it's a Karis LeVert revenge game. Bucks versus 76ers. Spread is -6.5. You know we're already on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And you know what? We're taking the Bucks tonight. Also, an interesting line to look out for, Dante DiVincenzo. A couple people are looking at his rebounds and assist line. He's been hitting that pretty consistently. Same for, I don't believe, the Bulls do play Tomas Satoransky. People are looking at his rebounds and assist line. So take a look at those. Those are two quick things I saw on Twitter that people are looking at, and he's been hitting pretty easily. But Bucks -6.5. I think this is going to show a game where the Sixers are going to miss Joel Embiid a hell of a lot, and I think the Bucks win this big. You know, obviously, I think they cover by at least 10 points. And that's just my thoughts. I think the Bucks can win this pretty big. They have just way too much scoring. The Sixers team cannot keep up with the Bucks in their three-point shooting. The Sixers almost lost outright to the Knicks last night. And the second half of back-to-back, I think the Bucks can get them tonight. Sacramento Kings, Washington Wizards. You already saw we're on the over. As for the spread, I think we're going to do Wizards -3. I do think the Wizards are in win-now mode. Kings are absolutely god-awful. And so I would never bet on the Kings to cover in a game, especially on the road. I think the Wizards get it done at home. Then we got Raptors versus Pistons. Raptors -2.5. There's not a single thing in the world where I would bet on the Detroit Pistons to cover in a basketball game. Couldn't be me. I will not be doing that. So I will take the Raptors -2.5. Be interesting to see who returns for the Raptors. I believe Van Vliet is doubtful, but Siakam might return. Keep an eye out for the injuries. But like I said, I would never bet the Pistons to cover. The Pistons only play up to the good teams, and the Raptors right now are not playing well. They've lost 4 or 5 straight. I'd still lean on the Raptors to get it done on the road tonight. Celtics versus Cavaliers. Oddly enough, you know, obviously the Celtics should win. The Cavs are god-awful. Whether or not I think they cover 9 points, you know, the Cavs gave it their all yesterday against the Hawks, and, you know, almost won that game. At least they were very close to start the third quarter. I think they got beat pretty badly in the fourth. Don't remember the final score. I'm leaning the Celtics. You can't pick the Cavs to cover at home. The Cavs are bad. Celtics coming off a bad loss to the Utah Jazz. I think they bounce back big. Rockets versus Warriors. Warriors 11-point favorites. Oddly, I mean, you obviously aren't going to pick the Rockets to win. And side note, if Christian Wood comes back and they win their first game, they should give Christian Wood the most improved player. Man, the Rockets have lost 17 straight games. They are terrible. But I do think, oddly enough, I think they might cover tonight. I'm not a big fan of the Warriors. I don't necessarily think they're that great. So I think the Rockets could cover tonight. A game I'm sticking away from on all sides. I normally stick away from all Rockets games just because of the threat of a blowout or anything like that. So we're going to rock with the Rockets, but take what you want with that information. Rockets +11. I think they could cover. Spurs versus Bulls. The Bulls have played very, very well lately, which would make me think the spread would be larger than it is, only -1 points. Basically a pick 'em at this rate. You know, it's a tough game to gauge. I would look out for the Spurs injuries. If DeMar DeRozan is back, that is big for the Bulls, or for the Spurs, and not great for the Bulls. But the Bulls have been playing really well with their new second unit. Granted, they haven't beaten the best of competition. I believe the Raptors and the Thunder last night. But I do think the Bulls are on a hot streak. You know, they're rolling. The new starters are doing very well. I think the Bulls can get this done again at home. You know, it's only 1 point. We're asking for a pick 'em. I'd probably do Bulls money line if I had to. I'm going to stay away from the game because I can never trust the Chicago Bulls or the San Antonio Spurs to show up any given night. Hornets versus Nuggets. We're locking in. We already took the over. You saw that. We're locking in the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets could and should cover this game. The Hornets are playing better, but I don't know how they normally play on the road. I do my research, check them against the spread, and see exactly what they are doing. Miami Heat versus Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, we're on the under, but it's hard to bet against the Heat. I can't find a world where I would be betting against the Miami Heat, winners of 11 of 12 or something like that. They've been playing exceptionally well, and the Grizzlies are about 500. And so I would bet on the Heat. This line smells a little bit. I don't know why it's this close. I think it should be more 4.5 points. So maybe check for injuries. Maybe they rest someone on the second half of a back-to-back. But I would take Miami Heat -2 against this Grizzlies team. Like I said, the Grizzlies they score a lot of points in the paint. Ja Morant driving, and I think Bam Adebayo cleans that up. And then you're asking the Grizzlies to knock down 3-pointers. And plus, the Grizzlies have Jonas Valanciunas, who I'm not a big fan of. And then Clippers versus Mavericks. You'd think this seems like a trap line. This is a definition of a trap line. You know, you just had the Clippers who just won big against maybe by 10, 12 points against the Mavericks a couple nights ago. I would lean on the Mavericks just because I would think the spread would be 4.5, 5 points. Vegas is demanding money on the Clippers, and I think Mavericks get it done tonight. It doesn't make any sense. Plus, we were talking about the back-to-back Clippers, one of the best teams in the NBA, 7-0 against the spread. So that is my quick thoughts and reactions. If you have any other player props or any ideas or bets that you're considering, leave them in the comments below. Click that like and subscribe button if you are new. But yeah, leave your comments in below and I will answer any questions you have. Check out that Discord. Sorry I won't be live streaming today, but I hope I covered all the games and hopefully answered any of your questions. If you have any other questions, as always, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. This is a longer video than normal, but I wanted to at least cover all the games for you and my general thoughts and reactions as to who I think will win. Do whatever you want with that information. Those are just my thoughts and opinions. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, man, that would be wild today. You will need to help me with 1,000 subscriber ideas. If you do not know, for 500 subscribers, which was, gosh, it was only a couple weeks ago, which the support has been wild, but for 500 subscribers, I did 500 free throws, so I made 500 free throws. That video will be, it's one of the linked videos on my page. Check out my March Madness Bracket Challenge. If you want to join, just let me know. And yeah, this has been Austin. Follow us on social media at Calling Our Shot. Check out our website, callingOurShot.com. Thanks again so much for the support. I'll see you guys in the Discord community sort of throughout the day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to anyone celebrating out there. It's been Austin, 16 minutes in. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.